Welcome to a Fifth of Jack Gaming, where today we're opening up 3 packs of Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. These are the set boosters, so that means they have 12 cards, a foil, and an art card also in there. Also have a chance to get a card that's from the commander deck from the set, and a list card. So before we end up diving in, I want to say that we end up opening up packs of Magic cards, going through deck techs, covering comic books as well, covering a bunch of other things. If that's something that's right down your alley, don't be afraid to end up subscribing to the channel and hitting that bell to be notified whenever we come out with new content. We're going to try something a little bit new with this video. If you like it, put it down in the comments below. If you don't like it, also slap that in the comments down below. And something fun that we end up doing, we try looking at each different pack and try judging which pack is the best pack. If you think something's different, let me know why. With that said, let's dive in. All right. Cracking open the first pack. Boom. That's the art card. That's Inshan. Two Heavens as One by Ryan Pescoast. It's number 14 out of 81. Oh snap, we got a foil full art Swamp. That'll go really good with that guy. And then we have a special art of a Corn Stalker. It costs us 1 and a green for a Snake Ninja. It's a 2/1 body, has this little thing called Ninjutsu. So Ninjutsu can be activated when you end up having an unblocked creature. It'll end up switching places with that unblocked creature to do the desired effect of that ninja. So the Ninjutsu cost of this one costs us 1 and a green. And then whenever it deals combat damage to a player, put a +1/+1 counter on a target creature you control that doesn't have a +1/+1 counter on it. Very nice. Oh, we got a nice little good boy with a Spirited Companion. Costs us 1 and a white. It's an enchantment creature that's a dog. It's a 1/1. And then whenever it enters the battlefield, we get to draw a card. That's definitely a good boy. Oh, that's not a good boy. Is Virus Beetle. Costs us 1 and a black. For an insect that's a 1/1. When it enters the battlefield, each opponent discards a card. And then we have Lethal Exploit. Costs us 1 and a black for an instant. Target creature gets -2/-2 until end of turn. It gets an additional -1/-1 until end of turn if it's a modified creature, or if you have a modified creature that you control when you cast this spell. And then we have an Azari Captain, which is our first uncommon. Costs us 3 and 2 white. Not really. Costs us 3, 1 red, and a white for a human samurai. That's a 4/3 body. Has haste, so that means it can be tapped or be used when it comes into play. And whenever a samurai or warrior you control attacks by itself, it gets a +1/+1 until end of turn for each samurai or warrior that you control. It has a 4/3 body. And then we have Tempted in Solitude. Costs us 1 and a red for an enchantment. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, you may exile the top card of your library. If you do, you may play that card this turn. And then we have the Modern Age. Costs us 1 and a blue. For a saga, that means when it comes in the field, we end up doing the first one, and then after each additional turns, we'll end up going right down the pipeline, and then once it gets down to the end, we end up doing whatever the last one is. So when it comes into play, or the second step, that next turn, we get to draw a card and then discard a card. And then at the third one, we get to exile it, and it becomes Vector Glider. It's an enchantment creature. It's a spirit. It has a 2/3 body that has flying. Wow, this pack is coming out with some heat. We got 2 rares and a mythic rare. Whew. The first rare is Ruthless Technomancer. Costs us 3 and a black. for a human wizard that's a 2/4 body. And when it enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice another creature you control. If you do, create a number of treasure tokens equal to that creature's power. We could pay a 2 and a black, sacrifice X amount of artifacts, return a target creature card with the power of X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. X cannot be 0. The other rare is a Lion Stash. Costs 1 and a white for artifact creature, equipment cat. It's a 1/1. Pay a white, exile a target card from a graveyard. If it's a permanent card, put a +1/+1 counter on Lion Stash. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each +1/+1 counter on Lion Stash. Has a reconfigure cost of 2. And then the mythic rare is Ao, the Dawn Sky. Costs 3 and 2 white for a legendary creature that's a dragon spirit, flying vigilance, and when it dies, we get to choose one. Oh, by the way, it's a 5/4 body. The choices that we have to look at the top 7 cards of your library, put any number of non-land permanent cards with a total mana value of 4 or less from among them onto the battlefield, and put the rest at the bottom of your library in a random order. Or we get to put 2 +1/+1 counters on each permanent you control. That's a creature or a spirit. And then our foil is Dragon Spark Reactor. Costs 1 and a red. That's an artifact. Whenever it or another artifact enters the battlefield under your control, put a charge counter on it. Pay 4, sacrifice it, and reactor does damage equal to the number of charge counters to a target player, and that much to one target creature. And the other card, this is our arena advertisement. Holy smokes. Talking about opening up with some gas. That's an awesome pack. So with the next 2 packs, we're going to try something that's a little bit different. That way you'll be able to notice the difference. Let us know if you like it or don't like it. So with pack 2, we're going to see if it dethrones the first one. It could be a little bit quicker, because what we're going to end up doing is we're going to look at them, and then I'll only read the uncommons and the rares. We'll still look at the comments and everything, but I won't break them down. There's the art card. That's the Reflection of Kiki Jiki by Erica. It's number 64 out of 81. And then we have Blossoming Sands. Seven-Tail Mentor. Heir of the Ancient Fang. Nazumi Prowler. Oh, that's an uncommon, so we gotta end up going over it. It's a 1 in the black for a Rat Ninja. That's a 3/1. Has Ninjutsu of a 1 in the black. And when it enters the battlefield, target creature you control gains Death Touch and Lifelink until end of turn. Then we light the way. Followed by a Thundersteel Colossus. Ironfoot Boar. And here we go on the uncommon train. Toot toot. Selfless Samurai. Costs 1 and a white for a Fox Samurai. It's a 2/2. And then whenever a Samurai or a warrior you control attacks alone, it gains lifelink until end of turn. We could sacrifice it. Another target creature you control gains indestructible until end of turn. And then we have the Imperial Recovery Unit. Costs 2 and a white for a vehicle that's a 3/4. And then whenever Imperial Unit attacks, return a target creature card or vehicle with a converted mana cost of 2 or less from your graveyard to your hand. Oh, it's a mini Grave Titan. Or not Grave Titan, Sun Titan. Has a crew of 2. Whoop. And then the rare, Invoke the Winds, costs us 1 and 4 blue. It's a sorcery. Gain control of a target artifact or creature. Untap it. So that means you don't lose control of it. That means it stays with you forever and ever. Or until it goes back home. Then we have a Network Terminal. Costs us 3 for an artifact. Tap it, add 1 mana of any color. Pay 1, tap another untap artifact you control. Draw a card, and then discard a card. And the final card is our proxy card. I definitely think Pack 1 still has it. Because Pack 2 was not the greatest, it wasn't the worst, but hey. With that said, let's dive into Pack 3. Art card. Wow, that has some shininess to it. I like that little art. Starter Oroze by Yor Sakawa, number 73 out of 81. And like we did with the second pack, we're going to go through all the uncommons and the rares, and we'll go over those. But the commons we won't go over. So coming out of the gate is Tycho Grove. Then we have a Macho Ambusher. First uncommon is the Ninja Turtle. Kappa Tech Wrecker. Costs us 1 in the green for a ninja or a turtle ninja. It's a 1/3 body. Has Ninjutsu of 1 in the green. And when it enters the battlefield with a Death Touch counter. And whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you may remove a Death Touch counter off it. And when you do, exile an artifact or enchantment that player controls. Big joke that it's Leonardo since it's blades. Like it. Like it a lot. Master's Rebuke. Sunblade Samurai. Moth Rider Patrol. Ancestral Katana. And then the first uncommon is Dragon Spark Reactor. We just covered that as the foily, so whew. Don't have to go through all that text again. Then we have a Sakazuna. Smelter costs us 1 and a red for a Goblin Artificer. It's a 2/2 body, and at the beginning of combat on your turn, you may pay 1 and sacrifice an artifact. If you do, create a 3/1 red construct artifact creature token with haste. A little bit. And then we have an Ogre Head Helm. Costs us 1 red and 1. It's an artifact creature, an equipment ogre. Equipped creature gets +2/+2. And if it's a creature, it's a 2/2. And then whenever it or equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, you may sacrifice it. If you do, discard your hand and then draw 3 cards. It's a reconfigured cost of 3. And then we have a Monster Ambusher. It's a foily. It's a 3/1. Costs us 3 and a black. For a Rat Ninja, it's a 3/2. Ninjutsu of 1 and a black, and it has lifelink. And it looks like the final card is a card that's off the list. Orcish Lumberjack. Costs us 1 red for an orc. It's a 1/1 body. Tap it, sacrifice a forest, add 3 mana in any combination of a red or green to your mana pool. So what did you think about the new way? Let us know down in the comments below. Is there anything that you like about it? or out in the packs? Or is there anything that you're looking for out of the set? I have to say, I liked the Ninja Turtle from the third one, but definitely the second pack ended up winning. What do you think? If you're liking the content that we're putting out, like, subscribe, and hit that little bell icon to be notified about any of our future content. And until next time, we'll see you later.